This mimosa salad is really lovely and light before the richer roast of pork with fennel seeds, which we're going to be having for our main course. A fairly simple combination of ingredients: eggs, olives, salad leaves, a nice balsamic vinaigrette, and then a few little light shavings of Parmesan on top. So very light, got lots going on, but not rich or heavy in any way. The reason the word mimosa is used in the title is because when we have our hard-boiled eggs, so hard-boiled eggs which we've boiled for 10 minutes, boiling salted water, and then we're going to pass the yolk of the eggs through a sieve. And that creates this little mimosa effect. And mimosa, as you know, is the name of a tree. It's also a name used in America with a particular drink of champagne and citrus fruit juice. But the effect we get when we sieve the egg yolk is the same effect as the appearance of the mimosa flowers. And it's a little garnish, or an edible garnish, which I use over and over again. So separate the egg yolk from the egg white, and then just sieve the egg yolk. So I'm using a coarse sieve. If your sieve is too fine here, it'll drive you crazy. And in a way, the mimosa will come out too fine and it won't scatter in a lovely powder. An old-fashioned sieve, so it's slightly, holes in the sieve are slightly bigger. With the egg whites then, we chop them. Cut the egg white into little strips like that. Cut them crossways, so just a little gentle chop. I don't want it too fine either. Interestingly, if you chop the egg white too fine, it just isn't so nice to eat. At different times of the year, I'll replace the salad leaves in this particular recipe with other ingredients. I sometimes do this salad with asparagus, either boiled or grilled. The next thing I need to look at are our olives. And I'm using black Kalamata olives, and I always buy olives with the stones in, because once you take the stone out of an olive, the flavour disappears north and south. And then to stone the olive, just press on the olive with your knife, like that, and then just literally pop out the stone. So the slightly more tender black Kalamata olive stones so easily. And I'm going to chop these fairly finely. Next thing is our vinaigrette. And I'm making a balsamic oil vinaigrette. I'm using 2 tablespoons of the sort of bland, if you like, sunflower oil. This dressing will keep in the fridge well for a couple of days, not endlessly because there's a little garlic in it, but 3 or 4 days, no problem. So the olive oil, so equal sunflower, equal olive, and then 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. If you don't have balsamic vinegar, it's really good in this because it goes really well with the eggs and the olives. Lemon juice will be perfect, or a good red wine or white wine vinegar. Some crushed garlic crushed to a paste, so that's quite strong, but the oil and vinegar are well able for it. So a pinch of salt and pepper. So whisk it to get the oil and the vinegar to mix, like that. That looks good. I'm going to taste it. I'll just taste it off the end of the spoon. See how I'm doing for salt? Perfect. Sometimes it takes a little extra salt. I've got lovely little selection of salad leaves. I've got this lovely little mustard, which I love. It's a very sort of fine little leaf like that. I've got some rocket leaves. I've got the spiky mizuna. I've got the long, thin, slender mibuna. And in the case of salad leaves, in an ideal world, as organic as is possible in your situation. So I'm going to dress the leaves, okay? So always, if you make your dressing ahead of time, or even only like I did a few moments ago, literally moments, always whisk it to disperse the oil and the vinegar evenly. Then pour or spoon on less dressing than you think you need. You can always put more on. If you put too much on, the whole effect gets soggy. Sort of flutter the leaves down through, and they just get glazed, okay? And that's perfect. You can see there's a lovely little shine, but they don't look sodden, because that would be no good at all. To assemble the salad, I like to do it sort of family style like this. I start off with the chopped olives, and I make a sort of circle around the plate, a sort of a broken circle, if you like, because even though it's a simple thing, it can still be a beautiful thing. Then the next ingredient to go on is going to be the egg white. That was the coarsely chopped egg white. I'm going to hide underneath the salad. Okay, I like that to be pretty much invisible. Then the salad, nice and light. Just pile it up. You don't have to make a Himalayan scene. If it falls over, that's not the end of the world. Then our mimosa, which we just sprinkle over it. And it could be just that, but I like to put a few tiny little shavings of Parmesan cheese. And think of the Parmesan here not as extra richness, but just as an extra little hit of flavor. And the sweet Parmesan, the salty, bullish, if you like, olives, and then the rich egg and the light leaves, and then the tickle of the balsamic, very nice. At this stage, it'll be easy to overdo the Parmesan, so don't make it into a cheese salad. So in total, if we've put an ounce of Parmesan on there, that's as much as we've put on. Straight to the table with that. Really light, refreshing, totally get the taste buds going. Delicious before lots of things, and particularly good before the pork.